We're going to do today, I have a very close friend of mine that has been involved in Relay for Life for quite some time, haven't you? Oh, yeah. And he's going to talk a little bit about his dealings with Relay for Life and his experiences. So we're going to do that, and then after Dan speaks, we're going to get a picture of all the survivors behind our survivor banner, and then we're going to eat lunch. So you can't eat lunch until you make a lap. So you got to kind of, pace yourselves, okay? Would it be easier for some of you? Would you like to maybe sit over underneath the tent rather than stand here? Would it be better? Okay, all right. Just asking. Just asking. Okay. All right. Joining us today is Dan Rothstein. He's a Big Rapids community member. He's a member of the United Church. He's a city commissioner. I couldn't remember which one it was. He's been an event lead for Relay for Life. He has been a caregiver. He has, what other things have you?
My neighbor.
He's lived so long. Okay, well, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Dan Rothstein.
Thank you. This is a serious event, and I will be serious, although that is truly against my nature. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy to see as many purple shirts as I see, and even not purple. But anyway, it's a delight, a real delight to be here. I think all this started about, 23 years ago. I think the next year we got involved, and we have ever since. Julie asked me to talk about how cancer has affected me personally and my family. Now you'll see I don't have a purple shirt. I'm not a cancer survivor. I have survived being married for 53 years, but that's another walk. It's touched us very closely. And it doesn't take any prisoners necessarily to make survivors. And that's the name of the game. Now, I always refer to one of my favorite medical journals, the Reader's Digest, and National Geographic. Both have run excellent articles. One of the most recent, maybe it's Fate, Reader's Digest talked about the different ways that they're attacking cancer. One of the things that's been so difficult is cancer takes so many paths. You can have it here, they cure it, and it pops up over here. There are so many different types. It's hard to concentrate on every single one with the amount of funding it takes to make breakthroughs. What they're doing now, and I thought was most fascinating, is that they're attempting to concentrate, and they're right on the brink of a multi-front series of drugs. And I think that's fantastic. That's what needed to be done. The only problem was figuring out how to do it. And I think it's on the near horizon that if you have one type of cancer, they'll be able to check and see if you have others. The best part of this is that they'll be able to see if you have the markers for it before it breaks out. And that's wonderful. Start treating you before you're stage 2 or 3 or 4. And gives them a head start, gives you a head start, and will fill the spark with purple shirts. That's a great thing. I can think of my family. My father died of colon cancer at age 75. He was every year to Canada and went fishing every year. Best times of my life with my dad. We lost a daughter. Our oldest daughter died of metastasized breast cancer when she was 34 years old. What a blow. It's not supposed to happen. We're supposed to die before our kids, I think. But we did. She fought a brave 5-year battle. She had 2 girls, and both have done very well. They were 6 and 4 at the time, and the youngest just entered medical school, and she's an incredible kid, and I take credit for all her brains. And they just look at me like, yeah, right. But anyway, she went through 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, biomedical science, with 4.0 all the way through. And I said, your days of a 4.0, now that they've got you in medical school, are probably over. Don't be disappointed. Just fight through it. Just pass it. Keep going, because it'll come. Second daughter graduated from Western and is in marketing in Kalamazoo, and is leading the good life. Couldn't ask for anything more. But they still miss their mom. Their dad has done a fantastic job of raising those girls. Recently, my wife was, recently, it's been a couple of 2-3 years. 7? 5. Time flies when you're having fun. Was diagnosed with cancer, and they got it real early. And so far, so good. But it's amazing what they can do, what they can find. And now the next step is what they can prevent. And that'll happen. That will happen. I hope it comes a day where we don't have a relay for life. Yeah. We'll just remember all those intelligent people. One of the stories I like to tell in an event like this is my daughter's father-in-law, Canadian. He's actually Argentinian, but he's lived most of his life in Canada. Taught at the university. His wife taught at the university for heart research science. But he told me one time, and they were here near relay time, and he asked about it. And I told him what we were about, not only for research, but for help for those who are fighting cancer. And he said, that's wonderful, because in Brazil, where he grew up, and in Canada, where he was educated for the most part, and did his work, he said, we have to go to the government on bended knee with all kinds of background material to beg for money to do what we do. And we know what kind of a year we're going to have next year by how much they give us. He said there are bits and pieces that come in from kind people, but you folks in America take that a whole bunch separately. He said it's fantastic. The government helps you with these programs, but individuals through American Cancer Society, Relay for Life, is one avenue. American Heart Association, and it can go on and on and on. People stand up and make a difference and help fund the research that's necessary to cure these killers. And it's happening. It's taken a long time, but the fight never stops. So please never give up giving, because we're making a difference. Thank you.